Welcome to Addressing It with the Mailman. I am JP, your host here, and I am live with some special guests tonight on Addressing It with the Mailman. We're going to talk about everyday topics, and we're going to have fun with it. We've got some. I love these fellow comedians I have on here. We're going to have a good time. We even got one of them dancing right now. She don't even know what to do. And first, we're going to start. We have hello, Mr. Brett.
What is going on, JP?
How are you, sir? Everything good?
I'm doing just fine. What about yourself, big man?
Great. Do you care to elaborate what else you do besides trying to make people laugh?
I try to make people calm all the time, you know.
Okay, he went right in. I knew he was gonna. He doesn't even lick it.
Balls deep. I don't even spit on it. Let's do this.
I know. I'm a mailman. I lick it before I stick it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Elena, how are you? Welcome back to the show.
Hey.
At this point, I feel like I may need to mute Brett a lot.
More than me? I'm so fucking happy. Actually, thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're going to get into some topics that I want to talk about. And then we have a special guest tonight, Magenta. How are you?
You know, hanging in there. I don't know, like same day but different. But then it's like the same again.
Right. So Magenta is a fellow comedian like myself, and I met her on the circuit in Miami, and I think she's really funny, and she also has a really interesting job. I do want to talk about it, and she is a chef. So that's like, hey, that's just in that now and then.
That's a big word to call me right now. Like, I don't know, like that's like, I don't know. Yeah, I make food. It's delicious. Some people call me a chef, but like, I mean, I'm not like, hey, Chef Magenta here. Not like a douchebag or anything.
I know.
I don't wear a coat, you know.
Right. But she's a chef on a yacht.
Yeah.
And so what brings the next question to me is that I am a big fan of the show Below Deck.
Below Deck.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I love that show. Below.
I love this show. I don't even watch the intro to know what the name
that
is.
One was on Pornhub.
Yeah.
That's not the same one that's on like.
That's a different episode.
I said
Sorry.
deck. I never said dick.
You said the deck?
The deck. That's the difference.
Yeah, the deck. No. But I do love that show, and I obviously I don't watch it enough anymore because I got rid of regular TV. But I do love that show, and I love that, there's probably a lot of drama on the ship, correct?
Fun fact, I actually worked for a week on one of those boats that was on that show. I can't disclaim what boat it was, but it was a week of hell.
Not the one on Pornhub though. Different boat. Different seamen.
Different seamen, different, different semen.
Okay, good, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
How is your hair looking so good? I'm sorry, I just have to.
I've got roots like a motherfucker right now, but it's okay.
Every woman in Corona town is like, "What the fuck? What do I do with my hair?" And your hair, here you are.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Sorry, yeah.
It hides well, and obviously JP is hiding his, and Brett is starting to look like the woolly mammoth, and I love it. I love it, actually, Brett.
No, he's hopefully he's still on mute.
No, he's frozen.
No, I may have kicked him. No, I'm just kidding. He's coming back. He was having some computer issues like all night he is. But Magenta, what I was saying though is that like I just spoke to you and you said you were like you're like considered the mom on the ship.
Yeah, so my nickname on this boat is called Mama, like Mama. And I also work with, I'm 38 years old, and I work with mostly 20-year-olds. And it's more like, come play with me. I'm bored. Like Magenta, I'm like just being like squeezed like a labradoodle. I mean, just for activities like food and fun and yeah.
See, I feel you because like being older and just starting in comedy myself, I got about a year and a couple months doing comedy, and I'm the older guy usually, and being around all the younger people can be a little like, whoa, these guys, they have no idea yet. Get your shit together, right?
So
Right?
true. So
It is
true.
true, right?
Well, in comedy, I feel like it's a little different. And the yachting game, it's more like hyper people with a lot of energy. It's like, hold on, if I could do this, like it's like a person, like attacking you, like with like love
Life,
and like
you mean life hasn't shit on them yet?
Magenta's like, don't you just want your eggs over easy?
You get your eggs away, I make it, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Eat it.
What's the
I mean,
worst
it's a,
thing?
yeah, where the fuck else are you gonna go? You're eating what I make. God damn it.
What?
Exactly.
Can I ask
It's
you?
always special requests. So there's this one chick that doesn't eat cheese.
Oh.
I mean, like she's allergic or whatever. But like I put cheese in everything. Like, I'm just gonna see if it's slowly killing her or not.
That was like the cafeteria where I work, and I won't disclose that. But a few years ago, they were going crazy for this vegetarian soup that they were serving. They were like, oh my God, this is the best vegetarian soup I've ever had. And then I talked to somebody in the cafeteria, and they're like, it's because we use beef broth.
This fucking bitch.
And they're like, I love meat. I just don't know it.
Exactly. And she fucking flops it up every day, probably, you know?
Oh my. So what can you give me a scenario, like what's the worst thing that's happened to you on that boat?
Oh fuck.
Getting
On
pregnant?
this boat specifically or any boat?
Any boat.
Any boat?
Yeah.
That's a good question, sir. I would think on any boat ever, I would say like, hey, I'm the chef. It's a small boat. They're like, for the time being, it's midnight and we have to drag a tender, which is a small boat that's attached to a big boat in the middle of a lightning storm, and take this big shiny hook and hook it on another boat in the middle of the lightning storm, and yeah, have fun with that. And like, don't have communication or a life jacket or anything like that. I never felt like more unsafe in my life. Like, it's like,
But nothing happened.
Right.
So you're not saying there wasn't ever a night of like
oh, like rapey
Navy
stuff.
men and like gangbangs and stuff. That's what they were.
That's
No,
talking
all,
about.
that's all he wanted to hear was rapey stuff.
No, that's
No,
like
I did not.
I have a lock on my door, which is lovely
It's good.
from multiple people. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
It keeps the Somali
No,
pirates out.
She actually keeps that for when she goes and does stand up. She doesn't want any rapey comedians either. Those thirsty fucking comedians.
Who wants a rapey comedian? I mean, like I kind of do and I don't.
I kind of do and I don't. I don't want him to like stop and go.
I want to hear the
This is
joke.
so
That's like, I
fun.
don't want them to be rapey toward me. It's like a catch-22, you know? Fuck.
Like he kicks open your door. I'm going to use this in my act.
When no, yes, no,
Yeah.
no,
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
no.
yes, yes,
Oh
yes,
my
yes.
Oh my God, are you recording this?
What are you guys
Yeah.
doing? So the other day I was raping this bitch on a boat.
Oh,
Oh my God, Brett, that was just like
Wow.
too far. That was too
Yeah.
far, Brett.
No.
That was too far.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I put the
Yeah,
I put
Brett.
the pin in that one. We're done.
Feel free to
Yeah.
take it too far because
Yeah.
yachts normally do.
Just
I'm sure. But now that you guys are now, what happened after the whole COVID thing? Did you guys have to like be quarantined like the regular cruise ships, or what was the deal after?
So we are in a different situation. We're in a place called the Yard.
Mhm.
I know this.
Somebody got a big yard.
Yeah. It's like a construction site. It's like where boats go to like get better or
Yeah. It's a dry dock. It's a dry dock.
Boat hospital.
I've
boat hospital.
Magenta. I've worked on a dry dock. I was in the Navy. Yeah. So I know all.
You know
about
the
it.
artist.
Hey.
I've never experienced a dry dock, so I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Oh,
Elena's
Sorry.
more
One of the
familiar.
lucky ones.
Elena's way more familiar with the wet markets.
I have a whole dry dock story that I've been trying to make into this whole joke thing about what happened.
Tell
in
me
the
your
past.
dry dock story.
Oh my gosh. That dry dock story made me not want to ever drink Jack Daniels again
Oof.
at 19 years old.
Yeah, I gave up on Jack when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. It's too funny of a story to share on here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to burn it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing it to the stage. It's one of the best.
He's
sorry.
got to save it. He's got to save it for his half-hour comedy special on Netflix.
Yeah.
We're
I-
all gonna have
Gentlemen.
fucking half-hour comedy specials on Netflix. Everybody's running out of Netflix. What do we watch now? Oh my God! I think JP the Mailman's got a half-an-hour special. We're all signing the fuck on. Wait! Brett Morris, the biker guy, is opening for him with 20 minutes.
The biker guy.
Magenta's
Actually,
on
I've
without
changed. Since Magenta got here, I changed my name. If anybody hasn't noticed.
Yeah.
Lavender, Las Vegas. You're not as confident in your big dick, Brett? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he came on with a different name and
Hey,
did,
thanks
he
for
was
letting
big.
thanks for letting everybody know. Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Oh,
I was trying to keep that a secret.
I wasn't supposed to tell.
Yeah. That's why all my jokes are about me having a little dick. That way I can like surprise people.
You're like, surprise!
hey,
It's a little.
The only dick I'm interested in right now is a guy with a 7-footer so he can stand 6 feet away and still fuck me. And
You
after
can
the
you can take a
quarantine,
foot of dick.
Proper quarantine fuck.
What a
after
slut.
quarantine,
Even in this quarantine, she still wants at least a foot of dick.
I'm
Oh my
a greedy
God.
bitch. What can I say?
if the quarantine was just for 6 inches, I'm fine. So
Hey, listen, it might be man inches.
He's like,
man
I
feet.
could totally get the tip in.
What's a manage?
So this is like a foot, and this is a man foot.
Oh, shit.
You get it? You get it, Magenta.
totally
Yeah.
get it.
hey,
Yeah.
Elena, I talked about that the other night because I totally agree. Because I went to Home Depot and there was a line outside and they were taping the 6 feet, right? And I was like, 6 feet's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
I blame that on the women. You guys are like, no, it's totally fine. It's big. It's like the biggest one I've ever had.
That's-
Ooh.
That's one of my jokes, Sky. When I say just a tip, I was the man in high school.
And now he's shoving it in everybody's box.
Oh yeah,
He's a mailman.
I am a male whore. I'm putting it-
That
Everybody-
flag's going up every time.
Now he's got to put the entire package in, and
You
everyone's
don't-
like,
yeah.
"Is that it? Is
You
that
don't-
it?"
You don't know the
Amazon Prime, dude.
you don't know the anxiety when I see a door slot I get.
Really? No.
I think I need to get one.
He's like, I hate it when it
Door
snaps
slot.
back down on me like a mousetrap.
Look, we all, as women, we all have door slots
That's right. It's true.
located.
It's true. They just go the opposite direction. You never want to see one in this direction. You know what I'm saying? Never this direction.
Just watch out for a Brett's door slot. Okay, so since
Yeah,
we're on-
let's just go right. Let's just iron right over that because that didn't make sense. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so I have someone that sent me a video, and it was horrible, but it was on Vice. Okay, so I didn't get this idea or thought or topic, but I got it from Vice, the channel Vice, and there is apparently people out there in the world, which we already knew they were, but there is like a certain, where is that, in Colombia? It's in Colombia, that there is a guy
The country
that
or
actually in Colombia, the country, there's a guy that lives in the mountains that fucks donkeys.
oh yeah, dude. Like it's
Uh,
not just happening.
are you
in
just
Colombia,
figuring this
dude.
out? Have you never heard of a donkey show?
But the fact
Carlos
is,
Osaria talks about him all the time.
I mean,
But
like
no,
really?
no, I know, but
have you ever
somebody-
met Carlos Ocrella?
listen,
Okrella, that's how you say
listen,
it. I
listen.
made him
I've-
sound so fancy.
Listen, my stepson, okay, I love him dearly, but he's also part Colombian. And when I'm watching this video, because he's the one that sent it to me, he's 19, okay? He's
I was
older.
gonna say
He
he's
sent it to
12,
me.
right?
He
He's
sent it to
12.
you.
No, he's an adult. He sent it to me. He's about to go in the Marines. He sent it to me, and I look at him and I go, "That's your people, bro. That's your people."
That's a terrible thing to say. Who say that? Damn.
If he's
Yeah,
about to
you
go into the military, he's gonna find out his own donkey show pretty damn soon.
You know what? That's what reminds me is because I spent some time in San Diego and I never went to Tijuana just because I didn't care to do something like that.
You're not into getting weird or something?
I didn't want to see that kind of thing.
What's the matter? You didn't want cheap drugs?
No, I was afraid how I would react, Brett.
Oh.
You are a man. You probably like it. You're like, oh.
Me and Elena.
Don't
yeah.
ever go to Thailand then and like invest into ping pongs.
Oh, that's the next question. When you, I've seen that video too. I think Brett sent it to me. Okay, so
I
Did
saw
you
it
get
live
the-
and I was like, oh.
Did you get the one I just sent you about the woman that can cut like bananas in half?
no,
Oh no. Did you get the one
no,
about
actually,
the woman in the
wait.
overalls with the really big tits?
wait, actually, Elena is my. Listen, what happened is Elena.
What happened was
Elena enjoyed the picture. Magenta, you got to hear this. What happened the other day, and I explained it in one of my shows the other day is, okay, we're all quarantined, right? This is not something normally that I
Not
do.
all of us.
But Brett will be the type of person that sends you this stuff on Facebook, but he's not the one.
Friends.
But my other friend sent me something, and then this other guy sent me something, and they were both like little porn clips, not too dirty.
they weren't
But I
bad.
decided,
just right.
But dirty enough.
but let me send it to the one friend that sent it to me, and send the other videos so they can be happy.
Yeah.
Right. But what happened is I did it early in the morning. I sent it to a group chat that included a 69-year-old lady,
I'm not 69.
a lesbian,
Perfect.
which I know, another dude, and Elena. And right
And
away I said, "Oops, I admitted my bad, didn't I?"
But this is
And
this is
the
the
lesbian
funniest.
was like, seen
What's
it.
that lesbian thing?
But the funniest thing was the 69-year-old lady like left the group and JP left the group before any of us saw the video. So then I see this video
like,
and
"I'm
it's like he's gone. And then I like watch the video and it's like this big titty girl in like overalls is not, and she's like, oh my God. And her tits and her nipples are just like out everywhere. And I'm cracking up laughing and I can't even respond to him because he's already fucking left.
Was
So
that the
I
one in
tuned
the
into his-
overalls?
Yes, the overalls, yes.
Oh, he said that to me too.
Yeah. So then I
I'm
tuned
getting
into his
sick.
show.
Like, now I have to see it.
And I
Yeah.
tuned into his show and
It's
he's
good.
like, oh
It's pretty
yeah,
good.
I did a bad thing. I sent like a porn video
I did
to
a
this
bad
group and I'm like, motherfucker, it was my group. And I liked it.
These things
so-
were like
Maybe
two
the
watermelons,
To leave.
two
Oh.
watermelon-sized titties, and a girl
like
with
lips, like,
overalls. Imagine Elena standing at a kitchen counter in overalls with her titties like coming out the
Bingo.
sides. That's about what it was.
Yeah,
every time she moved. And the overalls were like touching them, so they kept getting hard. It was not that I
It was
watched it a
flicking
few
them. It
times
was
to know.
flicking them on the sides.
No, I just
Sorry.
want watermelon now. Great. Thank you guys.
the things I do to make people laugh. I mean, really, it's amazing. I
I agree with you. I love it. It's great.
okay, as any of you all, okay, I'm going to ask Brett first. Have you, because I know he's going to say, no, I do it on purpose. Have you accidentally ever sent porn to the wrong person?
No, my mom's dead.
Okay, I knew it was gonna be.
Everyone else is all fair game. I don't give a fuck about anyone else seeing my porn.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right, Elena,
Did it to the wrong person.
you did.
Found a video of the. Have you seen the girl in the bra top with the wash your hands? Wash your hands.
Yes.
Wash
with
your
the
hands.
dance. She's like,
Yeah,
this
and
is
she's
how
like,
you
wash your hands. Wash your hands. It's like 2 minutes of like rap video. This girl's
Yeah.
tits. Yeah. So I sent it to all of my guy friends,
Except me.
not realizing I was like, oh, this is to my boys in my squad, whatever. One of the guy friends is named Bob, but I didn't have his last name in my phone. Bob is like this annoying guy in my HOA. So I sent it to him. I had no idea I sent it to him until he responded to the text a month later with some like power washer guy that had a deal if anybody needed their shopping power wash.
And tits get a deal on the power washing game. Okay.
And
That's what you got.
I've been drunk during quarantine.
Who hasn't?
Last week. I mean, I'm never ever drunk during quarantine. And I woke up the next morning and go, I think I sent a picture of my tits to somebody. And then I look at my phone and there's no pictures of my tits. And I'm like, Snapchat.
Oh no.
So then I look at Snapchat and I have to confront a fellow comedian who's not on the show. I go, hi. And he didn't respond. And a couple of hours later, I go, did I send you pictures of my tits last night? Then he goes, yeah, it was a great picture. I loved it. He's like, I've never jacked off so much in my life. You know, perfect.
Yeah, at least we have good tits. I mean, it'd be like one.
Hey, you know, you gotta flaunt it, I guess. I guess they look good when I was in the angle. I guess.
Okay. Okay, kids, if you're lucky enough to Snapchat with Elena, you might get some tit shots. Okay. How about you, Magenta?
I did get a surprise like dick photo by accident, I guess from a guy that I used to work with.
It's never by accident.
Is that recent?
It's so recent.
Okay.
And I told my old boss I would give him a cred. I don't think he was expecting it to be like this, but like Grace in Mount Pleasant, best food ever. But yeah, I got a surprise dick photo and it wasn't on purpose. It was like, I think he was trying to send it to somebody else, but he sent it to me and I was like, oh yeah, hey, how's it
I think the question was actually,
Did you go like this?
sent
Did you have to go like this on the phone?
Pinch to zoom?
No, I was like actually the opposite. It was like bam, like oh, I was like whoa, it's like so early. Like I'm
He
still
sent
working.
you a full close up?
I know
Listen,
the
Like
phones are so big now. They're like life
my
size.
phone's big, and that thing wasn't small, and it was a very aggressive like way to wake up in the morning. You know, like
It was
I gotta
aggressive.
say,
You-
I've
so
never
somebody said
met a
to you-
man. I've never met a man though that accidentally sent you a dick
yeah,
pic.
right. I was thinking the same thing.
I've gotten the picture of like the guy with his hand over it in the shower, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry.
like, I'm
I didn't
shy."
mean to send that to you." And I'm like, "Who the fuck did you mean to send it to? Your mother? Like, who were you sending it to?"
Okay, I
What
wanted
does it mean?
I wanted Magenta to finish because I think she was gonna say it was an aggressive, angry dick.
I mean, it was like, I mean, I mean, I've met a couple of aggressive, angry dicks. I mean, like this one was just like I don't know how to act it out. Like, I'm not going to act it out. It's like, hey, I'm a dick. And I'm
Yeah,
sending it to you.
I got you.
And to be honest, like I hadn't seen one in a while. And it was like, all right, like I got to go make breakfast now.
Yeah. Did you serve links? Did you serve link sausage to everyone on the boat that morning?
I was like, today's sausage. Yeah. Wonderful sausage day. I'm inspired. I don't know. What can I say?
Smoked or turkey link? That's all I gotta know. Smoked or turkey link?
It's turkey. I mean, I didn't like get mad at him. I mean, like it's quarantine time. He was like, And I was like, why'd you send me your dick? And he was like, my bad.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I tried to send that to 17 other women, not you. Not the one that was making my breakfast, but hey, I'll take that turkey leg.
Sorry, I had to go. I had to leave and go Google aggressive angry dick.
Yeah, what does it say? Is it him?
They're very ethnic.
There's yeah, see, it wasn't like ethnic. God. It's like
I had to image search aggressive angry dicks, and they're all ethnic.
damn it. Why is it gotta be that thing?
So what happened to me last night, and I did a little investigation because it's kind of a weird thing, is recently, last night.
Last night is very recent.
Yes, last night, a porn star started following me on Instagram.
You weren't supposed to say shit, JP. What the fuck you gotta call me out?
But it's a game they play, though. It's a game they play. I think they have bots where they send out like to a lot of, if you tag something on your Instagram and then something. So what happens if you follow them back, they're going to unfollow you. So I refuse to follow her.
Yeah, fuck her.
No.
No.
I mean, like, unfuck her.
That's the point.
That's not going to happen.
Digitally fuck her. I don't know.
I mean,
How do you fucking,
no. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anytime I get a random Instagram follow from somebody with giant tits, I just fucking ignore it.
hate it.
Is that why you haven't accepted mine?
But I will say I did do some investigation, and I think I know her a little better now.
You probably did. You got closer, didn't you?
I can't wait to hear the next part. How do you know her?
Okay.
I don't think I have to say.
He hired a private detective to look into her background.
This is the private detective.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
So
mailman, are you reading her mail?
Hey, I deliver. I got to see what's going on.
he was checking out her box.
I look into that box before I,
He's going through the trash can, pulling out shredded mail, putting pieces of shredded paper together.
This whole episode has all been sexual, so we're gonna keep it that way. So, Elena, what were you gonna say?
All right. So
It's out for the boys. Sorry.
couple months ago, before the quarantine, the corona, before the quarantine. Shut up, Brett.
Oh.
We had a comedian friend of ours that decided she was going to be a shop girl, aka a stripper. So she asks me to get a whole bunch of people together to come and support her while she's stripping in Pompano. And I was like, well, where are you stripping? And she says, oh, I'm at what was it called? Like Shadow Dancers. And I go, I live in Pompano. Where is that?
Cabaret,
and she goes,
sweetheart.
She goes, oh, they haven't changed the sign yet. It says foreplay outside. And I'm like, Copens and Dixie. That's Brompton. So all these comedians say they're showing up. And I get there, and it's Brett and his girlfriend at the time. And I'm like, shit. So we go in, the three of us. We sit down at like a little table. And this tall girl, white girl, dark hair walks over and she says, hi, I'm Tuggy. I'm from Kentucky. You can call me Tucky. And Brett says, I can tell you're from Kentucky because you're missing teeth. And she's missing her front fucking tooth. And she goes, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. No, you know what? Fuck me. How much money you got?
Done.
And his girlfriend's like all over him, like I got him. And I was like, oh, and so our friend comes over and she's like, oh no, they're with us. And the girl says, you know what? She's like, you know what, you got such pretty hair. If you wanna talk to me later, just come find me. I'm Tucky. And I was like, thanks, Tucky, whatever. So our friend decides she's, we're talking to her, whatever, and all of a sudden we hear her name to the main stage. Now this is when she was like first going on. Now this girl, and I love her, she's got literally like triple D breasts, natural. Like, so literally
this is like a really bad game of Guess Who. I think comedians will figure this out.
Yeah, but I don't know who's watching. But literally, like, she took them out of her bra and it was like, boom, boom. And I'm
You're like the
like,
woman online that can smash beer cans with her tits.
yes, that's her.
I
That's
clean
her.
bar
That's
for
her.
Atlanta.
So I give her all of my money. Like I have
all
$25
your
in
money?
singles. Because I knew I was like, I don't have any money. I'm gonna get $25 in singles. I'm gonna give it all to her because she needs it. You know,
You're
I'm gonna
smothering
support
me.
it. I'm gonna make it rain. I'm gonna support you. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna like just transfer Venmo money like bitch work. Anyway, she gets off the stage and I'm out of money, and all of a sudden Brett's gone, the girlfriend's gone, and I find myself with the inability to leave because it is such
Of course.
a shit show that I prop myself up at the bar and I hear Tucky to the main stage, Tucky to the main stage. So Tucky gets up on the pole and she's hanging upside down by her feet, doing
And
sit-ups
And every guy tuckies it away.
with an ankle bracelet on. And it wasn't for fashion. It wasn't for fashion. It was Pompton. And so then she gets off the pole and she comes over and she goes, listen, I'm just trying to make enough money for my abortion. Because today's the last day I can get my abortion. I already got 2 babies and I can't have another one. And tomorrow is the last day I can get my abortion. And I don't even know how I'm gonna make the money. Do you have any more money? And I said, I gave it all to my friend. Well, if you can come up with any more money, I just need my abortion tomorrow.
Wow, sometimes that proves sometimes that grass is not really blue.
I wonder if Tucky has that.
So then my friend
She
left the
gave it.
club. I'm like, my friend left the club. I'm like, whatever happened to Tucky?
Yeah, what happened?
What are you
I
talking
wanna
about?
know.
I'm like, Tucky, did she get her abortion? And she's like, I
She
don't know.
probably
I
has that
left.
kid.
Now I feel like I need to go back to the strip club to see if she's like holding the baby upside down while she's on the pole. But I won't because Brett won't go with me.
Bring her a tooth.
I'll go with you, dude.
I'm telling you, like it was like, my name's Tucky. I'm from Kentucky. You can just call me Tucky. It was so bad that you couldn't make this shit up. Like that was literally a real experience.
Next tooth, 1 mile.
Dude, you had me at Tucky and abortion. Like
They're swallowed, not
I
fucked.
just
Just
love
saying.
this woman.
Okay, that reminds me. I did watch another documentary, The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
So is it good? Should I watch it?
It was intense.
What is it?
Worse than Tiger King?
They're very intense. Like worse, yeah. Like I wanted to like turn the channel.
Because we're white.
I couldn't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because it was my people, you know. I was like, what is wrong with these people? Every one of them, every woman talks like this. Like if you took them down, you can't tell if they're a man or a woman the way they talk.
Is this a Netflix special? Hold on.
It's a movie. It's like a
They've been
2-hour
smoking
movie.
for 20 years.
About what?
It's this family in West Virginia that is like this criminal family that is like West Virginia, like to the
Is that the
bone.
Wild Wonderful Whites?
Yes.
The Wild Wonderful Whites? Did you see
West
that?
Virginia.
I gotta say, I got the suggestion from my friend over on the West Coast, and I told her, okay. And then when I started watching it, I was just like, ooh, 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 ooh. But I watched it and I was like, oh, it's rough.
Is this the
rough.
Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
Yes.
Brett is on is he repeating himself or what is
I
going
heard it
on?
already. Like,
It is Brett. Yes.
wild and wonderful and like white. It sounds super white.
it's-
I'd be in
it's-
West Virginia.
My internet sucks.
It's
Just bear with me.
sorry. Okay. It's definite sarcasm. That's what it is. Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. Which Elena, you said you were gonna watch it?
I want to watch it because my dad lives in the Panhandle, And he
Okay.
also owns a little place
Panhandle.
in Florida.
Oh.
Okay.
The end of the penis shaped state. It's not quite a ball, it's the straight part.
I love how you explain things.
But he also lives on the West Coast in like the crook of the state called Steenhatchee. And let me tell you, it takes 5 men in a room to make one full set of teeth. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When I go there, like if you ain't white, you ain't right. And like my daughter hated it there. She's biracial. She hated it there. She never wanted to go back. But my Puerto Rican best friend, who is extremely naive, loves it there. She thinks it's like the best place ever. And I'm like, you're so naive. They don't like brown people either, but they accept you because they just have something to look at. But yeah, it's quite interesting. And I think Steenhatchee, whose grocery store is in a gas station, and their mall is also known as the Dollar General.
That's
And
like my family from the side from Alabama. I love my grandfather. I love
my dad lives in Lower Alabama. I get it. We go
Mobile.
to Dothan.
Mobile.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he's no longer with us, but he was from Mobile, Alabama, and he was just like didn't even know that he sounded racist. Like
Yeah.
he was that, but he grew up in Mississippi. He was a bus driver in Mississippi in the 50s. Like not that bus driver, but I mean, he might have known that guy. You know what I'm saying? He might have known. Yeah. Oh, you the one messing with Rosa? Look at Magenta. She's in this picture. Like, how do I look? Let me turn my hair.
No, I just love that you're literally on the boat right now, and I've seen furniture like that.
Yeah, look at this mahogany.
Yeah,
That's
and
beautiful.
don't walk.
It's nice.
Don't walk
It's
on the
usually what I have.
Yeah.
Do you have your own room there on the boat?
I actually do.
But the bed's like this big. It's like man inches. They said it's like 6 foot long, but it's really only 4. It's like a toddler bed.
Look, normally it is literally this big, like the smallest.
Yeah.
Smaller than a taller bed. I used to have night terrors about falling out of my bed because normally my beds are really small, but I'm a chef now and they give me a whole room. Like I'm a spoiled bitch. I have a big luxurious room.
Now, if the owners come on, do you still get the same room?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's what I figured. Okay, gotcha.
They're like gone.
I gotcha. Perfect. Even better.
How long do you stay on the boat with nothing going on?
Magenta, other than like during quarantine time, are you allowed to bring visitors on board?
Oh, definitely not.
No. I know this. I know this.
Strangers aboard. Like it's just us. Like we just work so hard all the time. And yeah, there's no strangers here or like no
this isn't some crazy party.
So how many in the crew?
Actually not though. It's like we're really lonely people.
how many in the crew right now?
Seeing how we fired everybody, just like 5 currently, but are accepting applications.
Full staff, how many people do you have?
So this isn't normally I'm like a temp, I guess you could say. It's a big boat, so like this is a boat that would carry probably like up to like 10 to 15 people, but we have 6 right now.
What positions are you currently accepting applications?
All of them.
Third mate, second mate, first mate, engineer.
We're hiring.
Sex slave. Okay.
Do you need?
You are welcome.
Do you need a mailman?
Actually, that's the one thing we don't need.
Do you need an admin that also
we need your good hair and your good attitude. Yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody need a fuckboy on their yacht?
Yeah, actually, that's a situation that's pretty much needed too. It's very bizarre. Rich people, like, they just want to get laid all the time and like do weird things with their body and
how dare they?
Yeah, I know. It's and do whatever they want. I don't know. Like the demands are incredible.
What's the longest you've been underway before?
Yeah, so everyone's freaking out about quarantine, which is hilarious. I've been out for fucking months too.
I'll be
Like
back.
this is a walk in the park for me.
Okay, how long? I've done 45 days straight.
Oh yeah, you're a bigger man than me.
Wait, is that
I
without
hope so.
sex or like without people? What does that mean? 45 days.
Like I've been out on a boat for
Underway.
a month. The most.
A month?
A month? Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, I used to get like land sickness. Have you ever gotten that?
Where you go back on land and you're like freaking out about it? Yeah.
Well, no, not freaking out
No,
about
you're
like,
Just like
sick that
weird.
you haven't been on land.
well, and you actually get sick from it. I remember like doing a show at Red Bar and like actually like throwing up from like vertigo and like feeling.
I
like
love those kind of shows.
Oh yeah,
But you're used to rocking?
Anyways, but
Because you're used to like the water and you're
yeah,
used
and
to
like
rocking.
the movement, and I was just like, what? Or
It's
you're
like people who get on boats a lot that have never been on boats, they get sick because they don't
hey.
have sea legs.
Elena,
Right.
Elena, did you grab a roll of your toilet paper there before you went to the bathroom?
You have a lot.
I'm not in the bathroom. I was getting a drink. Shut up.
What are you drinking?
I drank a shit ton of vodka, so now I'm just going back to Bud Light Seltzer, which is awful.
Okay.
Seltzer?
Hey, we can stay on, but I'm
It's
gonna
hard
stop the
seltzer.
live. I'm gonna stop the live.
Is anybody watching?
So no.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us on Addressing It with the Mailman. Have a good night, everyone.